Good morning, bees. This is your principal, Mrs. Meneses, bringing you today's Bees Breaking News. Buenos días, abejitas. Les saluda Mrs. Meneses y estoy súper contenta de traerles los anuncios esta mañana. Today, boys and girls, is Tuesday, December 1st, 2020, and it is day 2 in the Discovery Time schedule. Hoy es martes, el primer día de diciembre del 2020, y es el día 2 en el horario del descubrimiento. Boys and girls, let's go ahead and start by celebrating our birthdays today. We have one birthday in pre-K, and that is Lennon Diaz celebrating a birthday today. So happy birthday, Lennon. Let's go ahead and sing Lennon a happy birthday. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday from all of us to you. Feliz cumpleaños. May all your dreams come true. Hey! I almost forgot our birthday song, Lennon. Can you believe that? I hope you have an amazing birthday today and that all your birthday wishes come true. All right, boys and girls. How many of you are ready to start spreading happiness? Who is ready to begin the joy of the holiday celebrations? I am. I know that it is really exciting to come back after Thanksgiving because I look forward to all the different ways that we're going to be dressing up for fun, just to spread holiday cheer. So I wanted to remind all of you, in case you haven't already seen this in your teacher's s'mores, that on this Friday, actually, Thursday we're gonna start. So Thursday of this week, I'm looking at my screen just to make sure I'm giving everyone the right date. Thursday of this week, which is December 3rd, we're gonna be starting by showing gratitude to others and doing something kind for friends or teachers. It could be whoever. So it could be your parents. So spreading cheer and happiness and gratitude to 3 other individuals, okay? That is what we're gonna be doing on Thursday. And then on Friday, we're going to jingle all the way by bringing bells to show our holiday cheer. So you can bring bells on your wrist, you can wear bells on your hair for the girls. So make it fun. You can hang some bells on you, put them on your shoes so that you can make noise as you walk, and we can hear you ringing your bells all along in the hive. So make sure to do that this week to start showing your excitement for the holidays. And then of course next week we will be wearing warming up with socks, our favorite cozy holiday socks. We will be wearing an ugly sweater, an ugly holiday sweater. There will be another day where we're gonna be wearing sweats and warm-ups, so that we can be nice and cozy here at school. Then there's gonna be another day where we're gonna wear our favorite slippers, and another day when we're gonna wear a holiday hat. And then we're gonna be wearing holiday gear. I have mine ready. A plaid shirt, and so on and so forth. So lots of fun things that are going to be happening as we get closer and closer to the holidays, so that we can have fun here at school. So be ready. Remember, on Thursday, be ready to share kindness and your gratitude with 3 others by doing something nice, giving a compliment, maybe even a little token of affection, a little gift, whatever you think that you would like to give 3 others. All right, boys and girls, let's see. I have a very special message from our counselors, Miss Sills and Miss Jordan. Were reminding me yesterday that this week we are also celebrating the week of inclusivity. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about Inclusives Week, why we celebrate Inclusive Schools Week, okay? And so I wanted to actually start off by giving you like a definition of what it means to include. And so when we include someone, when we include others, we make them feel part of the group. So why would we do this? Well, because we want everyone to feel like they are part of the family, right? Because that's what makes people feel good and feel part of something. To feel part of something is extremely important because no one wants to be alone. But sometimes when people are different to us, they have different characteristics, they speak differently, they look differently, they learn differently, they might walk or talk differently. Sometimes because they're different to us, we may not be including them as much as we should, or sometimes we're a little confused by it. So this week, we are always reminded to celebrate that we must include everyone, even when we look different, when we learn different, when we express ourselves differently. And so, for example, did you know that, and I'm sure you know that Ellison is a dual language campus, that many of our students and our staff members, for example, they speak a different language. They speak Spanish, and many of our students also speak a different language other than Spanish. So that might be something that you may want to ask your friends about, ask your classmates about. How many of you, and it doesn't even have to be a bilingual class, how many of you in your classroom, and I might pause right now, how many of you speak a different language at home, with family members, even if it's just a little bit? And how does that language represent where you come from, or where your parents or your grandparents come from? And how does it make you feel proud of who you are? Yes, it's different, but that's the beauty, because we're also different. And so when we celebrate our differences, we respect each other. And when we respect each other, people trust us. Because remember that this week, we are also talking about the pillar of trustworthiness. And so I was thinking about how including others and respecting others really helps those around us feel trusted, and it helps us trust them, because this is how we build those positive relationships, those strong bonds. Remember, like in our school song, when we respect each other, and we respect each other's differences, and never be afraid of someone just because they're different to you. It might be a good idea to respectfully and kindly ask them about, that language that they speak. Ask them about where they come from, or where did they learn that language, and what does it mean to them. Usually you're probably going to find that there's something really, really powerful, a really powerful story behind every human being who has something to share that makes them unique and them different. So throughout the week, this week, we will be talking more about how the different groups of people that we celebrate, and the different characteristics of those that we celebrate during Inclusive Week. So I hope you look forward to that. Now, I want to talk to you about something really important. If you were here last year, you remember, I hope you remember, that we talked a lot about our brains. And it kind of goes with everything that we're saying right now. We talked a lot about our brains because we wanted to make sure that when we're doing our morning sunshine starters and our class meetings, that you understand why we're doing that. Why are we constantly talking about social and emotional learning? We're not just here to learn math, science, reading, writing, social studies. We're here to also learn how to be socially and emotionally ready for life, right? And we have to do it now, no matter how young you are, or no matter what situation we're in. We always have to be, our minds and our hearts always have to be ready for life, because it isn't always very easy. So I wanted to remind you guys that one of the things that we do as part of our SEL, or social emotional learning, so there's like a little, and actually I'm going to share it with you. So there's a wheel of all the different sections that make up social and emotional learning. So one of them is, being responsible and making good decisions, which is why we talk about trustworthiness, respect, all the pillars of character. We talk about relationship skills, being kind of the Ellison essentials, right? Social awareness, being aware of the things that are happening around us and about the people around us. Self-awareness and self-management, these right here are what we're going to be talking about today. So we have to be able to manage our emotions and to be able to be aware of how we are feeling, so that we can really be able to problem solve when we come up with a challenge, because there are challenges that we are faced with every day. So in order to help us kind of be more aware of ourselves and be able to manage our emotions a little bit better, we start studying our brain. So if you were here last year, you remember that we used our hands to model what our brain works and looks like, right? So more than anything, of how the brain functions and how it helps us to self-manage and to be aware of how we're feeling and why we're feeling the way that we're feeling. So I am going to show you, for example, and I'm looking at my screen because I'm making sure that I'm teaching you correctly. So when you have your hand like this, okay, when your fingers, so if I want you to put your thumb, everybody do this with me, put your thumb inside and then cover it with your fingers. So your fingers right here, they represent the frontal cortex, okay? And that's the part of your brain that helps you manage those emotions when you're having to make difficult decisions, when you're feeling a certain way. Those are the parts of this is the part of your brain that helps you manage that. So when our brain looks like this, it's probably because right now everything is okay. You're not feeling too stressed. It's kind of like a green zone. You're feeling happy, you're feeling relaxed, you're feeling flexible. If something, changes, you can manage it because everything is okay, right? Like this. All right. The inside, this thumb, it represents the amygdala in the brain. And the amygdala is responsible for sensing danger. So when something is scaring you, when something is not okay, this amygdala, the part of your brain, is the one that tells you. It's kind of like your little security guard. It's taking care of you. It tells you like, hey, something's wrong, something's wrong. So it makes me think of like when we hear the fire drill, right? And we're like, our amygdala right away tells us, oh my God, there's a fire in the building, or we're practicing for a fire. So we'll get to that in a little bit because I'm going to explain how I'm going to connect the fire drills to this, okay? So that's the amygdala. It's responsible for sensing danger and telling the brain and the body that there's danger, okay? And then at the base of the brain, of course, you have your stem right here. And the stem is just responsible for keeping your heart healthy and pumping, all right? Now, when you have fear, so I want you to think about, let's just say that that all of a sudden you hear this crashing sound, okay? And you weren't expecting it. So what happens when something like that takes place? You flip your lid, okay? You flip your lid because when you have fear or there's danger and your amygdala senses that, okay? And it's very overwhelming. Your prefrontal cortex goes crazy. It kind of goes offline and you flip your lid, okay? How many of you have flipped your lid when you're feeling afraid of something? I have, right? We all have. So it's when your body is very stressed, your brain is very overwhelmed, and sometimes you need a break to kind of get back. Okay, so I want you to think about the fire drill. When we practice for the fire drill, some of us, yes, we may get a little nervous, but do we flip our lid or do we all kind of stay in this state of mind, right? Calm, green light, everything's okay. Yes, we're sensing that something is happening. We're having to figure out what to do for the fire drill, but we all know what we need to do. Why? Because our teachers and as a school, we practice for the fire drill, right? So in case of a fire, there wouldn't be chaos, because if there was chaos, what would happen? Everyone would flip their lid. Everyone would run out of the building with no structure. Everybody would probably be screaming and yelling and running all kinds of directions, bumping into each other, and it would just be a circus. It would be a mess. It would be chaotic, and everyone would be flipping their lid. So the reason why we practice for the fire drill is so that in that stressful moment, if we were to have a real fire in the building, everyone would stay calm and would know what to do, okay? And would not flip their lid. So when we are here in our morning announcements and with your class in your classroom, when you are reviewing SEL lessons and learning about breathing and different techniques to help you be more better manage those emotions, and then you're going to be able to, the reason we practice those things is so that you don't flip your lid. You see what I mean? So it's the same reason why we practice the fire drill. So that was just kind of a little example that I thought I would share with you to help you understand why it's important to be proactive and to study and to have strategies that can help us in stressful moments, at times where things are not okay. So I want to ask you, this morning, when you were getting up and getting ready for school, were you feeling calm? Everything was okay? Flexible? Like you were under control? Positive? Or did something happen that made you flip your lid? Okay? Did you feel like you were unsafe? Did you feel like, did your security guard have to kind of say, wait, something's going wrong? And what was that? So why did you flip your lid? And so I want you to think about that. If something did happen where you were feeling unsafe or very scared, maybe somebody said something that made you flip your lid, okay? I want you to think about this. What could you have done now that you know how your brain kind of works, okay, and functions? The idea of knowing how your brain functions is so that you can be proactive, okay? Just like we were proactive about the fire drill, you can be proactive about how you manage your emotions. So instead of going crazy and feeling extremely stressed, what can you do to not flip your lid in a moment like that? That's what I want you to think about today. And we will keep talking about that throughout the week. So I hope that you have a chance to talk about it with your classmates, with your teacher. I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, be innovative, be bold, be Ellison. Have a great day, boys and girls.